Have you ever walked into a room and randomly tried to turn on the light, but a switch wasn't there? And then you think to yourself, I wish a light switch was just right here where I just put my hand. Usually adding a second switch to a light that you want means cutting into drywall, running new wire, adding a new box, maybe even calling an electrician. Today I'm going to show you how you can do it with zero wiring, zero electricians called, no cutting into drywall, and you can do it all in less than 20 minutes. My name is Colton, and today I've partnered with Lowe's in showcasing this starter kit. This is the Smart Dimmer starter kit by Lutron. Go check out the product down below in the YouTube shopping as well as the description. This kit ultimately takes a standard single pole light switch and turns it into a three-way and put it really wherever you want. You can have it be a remote on your nightstand. It could be mounted to the wall and make it look like it's an actual switch and it was supposed to be there and was wired there in the first place. And really, all you need for this project is a screwdriver, flathead or Phillips, probably some wire strippers, and likely a voltage tester, multimeter, or just a little pen of some type. And the time that it took me to complete this project was less than 20 minutes. So let's get started. This is the Caséta Smart Dimmer starter kit. Let's unbox it. I'll show you what's inside. First thing, when I remove this from the box, I'm going to take this Ethernet cable that you will use. It will attach to the router and your hub later on, along with the power cord and the dimmer. You'll see that I actually bought another bracket just in case this package didn't have one. It has one. So I'm good. I can get rid of that one. Then comes the wireless remote. I think it's called the Pico Remote. Set that one off to the side as well. We do have some instructions, some wire caps, some anchors and screws. There is also this yellow wire. It's probably for a three-way jumper, but we're not going to use that because I'm installing this for a single pole switch. And I'm going to take off the faceplate or the cover plate, and it's really just a pull off. You got to use some force to get it off. Just don't break it. Head down to your breaker box, find the power, turn that off. Make sure the power is off by removing the screws and the faceplate that's already there and testing it with a voltage meter tester pen or something. Then remove the switch entirely by removing these screws, and then I just snip the wires because I'm actually going to strip a 3/4 of an inch off of each end of the wire and then use that as a little loop to then wrap around the screws. Take the ground from the home and then the green wire from the actual switch, connect those together, tighten it nice and tight. Then take the black wires, tighten those, and then take the red and other black wire and tighten those up. And because I'm messing with a single pole switch, we're not going to use this blue wire, so I clipped it so it's a little bit shorter, capped it off, and then shoved all the wires back inside. Tighten down the faceplate and then grab the other final cover, snap that one on, go down to the breaker box, flip on the power, and you should have a working switch now. Now, because I had some background supporting studio lights for this, you'll see in this bottom corner over here that as I play with the dimmer, the lighting actually does change. Now, keep in mind, this is the dimmer that is going to control this one light, and we're going to install the actual remote next to these other two switches. But before we do that, I'm actually going to take the remote and going to sync it up to this dimmer. Push and hold the off button for 6 to 10 seconds until you start to see this blinking. This puts it in a pairing mode. Then go to your remote and push and hold the off button for the same 6 to 10 seconds. You'll start to see this little green light blink, and then it'll stop, and then it'll start blinking again. Once it starts to blink again, you will start to see that your dimmer is being controlled by the remote, and it'll turn on and off like 3 or 4 times. Once it's done turning on and off, test out the remote. Turn it on all the way, turn it off all the way, use the arrows, play around with it just to make sure the remote is actually controlling the light. Set this off to this side, and I'm going to remove the faceplate to currently 2 switches to add a third next to it. You may install this switch so it's solo somewhere else on a wall. You may just need to buy an additional faceplate cover just for the remote. So I took off the old faceplate, grabbed a 3-switch faceplate, traced out an outline where this switch will go. Then I took this bracket, and on the back you're just going to take a little flathead and push this section out. Essentially, this is going to be a little hole. It'll make sense in a second. And I took a recommended 3/16 drill bit to drill into the sheetrock to place the anchors. But when I actually took the bracket to fasten it onto the wall and use the screws provided, those screws push the anchors just right straight through the sheetrock. So luckily I had some extra anchors lying around. I utilized those, and then I was able to take the bracket and fasten it down with the screws that was provided. So it's going to end up looking something like this. Straighten it out as much as you can. On the back of the actual remote, you're going to remove this plastic piece and then slip that down into this little tab. And then when you actually take the faceplate and put that on and secure it down, it looks like an additional switch was just installed professionally. Now, I did test out how easy it is to remove this remote when the faceplate is fully on, and it's actually kind of a pain.
The easiest way is if you take off the final faceplate and then remove the remote. It's actually relatively easy. And I get why Lutron did this because they want to have a quality product to make it look like it really is a switch. So you need to predetermine if you want this remote to act like a switch on the wall or a freestanding remote. So I wanted it to be mounted to the wall, and you can see it controls my closet light from afar. I just added a second switch without Romex, an electrician, or any hardwiring. So I can control how bright it is, how dim it is, fully on, fully off, and this little button in the middle, you can program different settings. Now, let me walk you through connecting this switch to your smart home so it's just leveled up that much more. Take your Ethernet cable and connect that to your router as well as the hub that came with this specific kit. Plug in the power cord, go to your app store, and you're going to install the Lutron app. Now, this is really self-explanatory. If you don't have an account, you create an account, and it's just a step-by-step normal process as if you would connect any type of smart home device.
This is the ultimate hack in order to add a three-way switch, essentially, to a light that is really only controlled by one light switch. So that's really it. You get the intuitive design of the Diva light switch by Lutron that has that soft glow sliding bar for that really precise type of lighting that you want in your bathroom or anywhere else that you have in your house. And on this Pico remote, you can actually turn on the light all the way, off all the way, or you can actually set the settings with the arrows up and down. The button in the middle allows you to remotely control different scenes that then you can turn on your light to, so it doesn't go all the way to the full brightness every single time. You can actually turn it on to maybe 50%, 25%, 42% if you can figure out where that is. And while I didn't go through every single step of what it takes to actually install this light on the app, it really is self-explanatory. You download the app, you follow the steps, and you should be good to go. It did take me a little bit of time in connecting the hub to the Wi-Fi. That is the thing that allows you to connect to the Apple HomeKit, Google Home, Alexa, whatever it is that you have set up in your house. You can schedule things. It allows you to do different scenes, kind of like a movie night, or if you're away and you're coming home, you can have that set based off of location or timing. As you arrive, your lights turn on. Or if you want to make it look like that you are home, you can have your lights turn on certain times of the day and turn off, so there is that activity. So whether you're adding a second switch to a bathroom or a hallway or a bedroom, or you want to take your lighting experience to a different level and to be able to control that with your voice or your app or your phone, turn things on and off remotely. This kit allows you to have that type of control remotely with your different lighting. If this video has helped you relieve any of your headaches of adding a second switch to a place that you have always wanted, be sure to let me know in the comments. And if you also like this, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe so you don't miss out on future project or review videos that I have coming up. And if you have any questions or concerns, again, do so down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.